Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
Salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here. And man, it's spring break. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Let me fix my top. Fix my top button here. Let me get that straight. Just kind of try to look a little put together on here. But it's been a non-interesting week in FAMU athletics. I could lie to you, I could tell you the truth. And the truth of the matter is it really is not a lot to be excited about. It's spring break. So, I mean, not a lot going on athletically. Well, we got a little bit of something. But that being stated, we do have some upcoming games starting tomorrow. So we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about baseball, basketball. We're actually going to lead with basketball. Softball. Also going to talk about the track team. And word on the street, we got some parking lot renovations to talk about. I don't know how you feel about that. And then inside the den, the Rattlers Kids Club. What? So that's related to something our AD put out there, and I like the idea. So I want to give my little added 2 cents about that, what I think about it, what I think it could be, and where it could go. But first we're gonna start off by talking about the basketball team. If you haven't seen, we got a transfer. Jordan Tillman is in the transfer portal. I don't know if he's gone yet, but he's in the transfer portal. And if you are unaware, last season we had a few players that decided, yeah, I'm good. And this is new for FAMU athletics. I don't know how old some of y'all are, but I remember when I was in college, some of the baseball players just flat out quit. They just be like, yo, this team sucks. I'd rather not play than lose. Like, I'll give y'all the scholarship not to take these L's. And honestly, I wonder how much of that was Jordan. Like, he played a good amount of minutes, but at the same point, you get tired of losing, especially when you know pretty much everybody's coming back. You know who's coming back. Just saying, like, it wasn't a surprise, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's not the only player that transfers. Now the question is there a place for them to go post FAMU? Because honestly, you didn't have a good season at FAMU as a program. I'm not saying you didn't as an individual. Yeah, Jordan had a pretty decent season. But that being stated, the team didn't win. The team didn't look good. I'd be very shocked if these guys transfer to places and end up at high level universities. But you do have some schools in the SWAC that are already showing interest. I mean, some from their fans saying, yo, come this way. I believe I saw Alabama State was in that number. So don't be surprised if he's not a guy that we're looking across the court and seeing later this season, because other coaches see. They played against him. They had to scout against him. They know what's up. Now, FAMU baseball, they're going to be traveling to the SIP, playing Mississippi Valley State to open the conference. I was over there looking at the standings. I'm like, we're in last place. How? But it's based on our overall schedule so far and stuff like that. But FAMU is going to play Mississippi Valley State for a 3-game series Friday through Sunday. And hopefully we get some wins out of that. I mean, you need to get some wins. This is where we're going to start opening the conference, and miss me with the excuses because we're right there. We lost some games we should have won already. Once we finish this season with our potential, in my own mind and my own id, FAMU is a 500-plus team after finishing the SWAC in baseball. So we're going to see. Opening starts tomorrow. Times are at 4 o'clock on Friday, 2 o'clock on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. And FAMU, like, again, we've already beaten some SWAC opponents. They just didn't count because those are technically preseason games. So, I mean, they count on our win-loss record. But, we didn't get that conference win for it. So, hopefully, we get a little something that we can use during the season from those games and something that is going to propel us forward, because this is what we focus on. This is what we are told, that this is the important part of the season. I need to see it. I want to come away with the baseball season with at least a 500 record. Just my 2 cents, just my opinion. Now, the softball team, we got BCU in Tallahassee Friday through Sunday, 5, 3, and 1 o'clock, each one of those respective days. And this might be a decent one. BCU normally has a pretty good baseball, softball team, and their track team is doing work today. I ain't even going to talk about that. You can go check that yourself, because I don't want to talk too nice about BCU. It definitely says FAMU on the shirt. Like, I'm not a hater, but I am. I'm just saying, though, like, that's not a guaranteed sweep. They normally have a good level of competition, a good level of athlete, and hopefully we can get some wins out of this. This is a team that, again, we need this, because FAMU's softball is 1 game below 500. We're 9-10. I would love to be 1 game over. 2 is preferred, but at least 1 game over 500 for softball, as you kind of really get into the meat of the conference schedule. Like, we got a nice sweep against Jackson State. So now you need that. You need that comeback. You need that, so that when you're playing Alabama State and Alabama A&M and some of those other teams and some of the bottom dwellers, that you are picking off the bottom dwellers, but you're also beating some of the teams at the top, because that, again, that speaks a whole lot better and sounds better when you're over there asking for donations, And while we appreciate the kind that jingles, we rather the kind that folds. And that's just the facts of the matter. When we're looking to support one of these teams, because I was definitely looking, I was like, oh crap, the game's tomorrow. And I was like, I hope it's not in Daytona, because I'm on daddy duty and I can't really make the game. Like, I could, but it would be me dragging my kids over to Daytona for the game. I don't feel like doing that. I'd much rather, if I go, maybe take one, not both. I'm just being a real parent in this moment. And when I saw it in Tallahassee, oh, that's good. I'm not gonna make that trek today. Like, not gonna be able to do it. But again, that's an important series. Not only is that your arch rival, your chief rival, but that's a chance for you to get over 500. Just saying, it's 3 games. You're 1 game under. I need at least 2 of those. I just saying, I would love 3, so I can be, but 2 is okay. Now, right now, if you were to go check out, and it should be ending in a few moments, FAMU softball is in Duval. I'm looking at you, Kofi. I am Kofi Hemingway. I'm looking. I don't know if you're over there for this event, but good brother from ONG Strike Zone up in that area. But the River City Classic is at the University of North Florida. It is today and tomorrow at Hodges Stadium. If you're not familiar, that's on the campus of the University of North Florida in Jacksonville. It's a beautiful campus. I believe it's like a wilderness area. So, like, when you're actually going into the campus, it's like a nice little green space, and then it opens up into the campus. It's been a few years since I've been to UNF, but again, it's a decent school, nice school. But we're up there right now, and already FAMU's got a winner. So already is, and I believe it's done. Clark in the long jump, 7.65 meters. So we're already starting to see a little bit of some good things. I know track isn't what y'all come for, but I got to celebrate what I got. Like, look, we ain't doing a whole lot this week. But then you had a couple PRs. So women's 200 meters, Tyler Brown, men's long jump, just talked about him. And then Caldwell, also in long jump. Peter, salesman, long jump, and Victor Jr. So all of them did really well in the long jump, PR'd. And I'm just saying, y'all, like I told y'all, I don't just focus on football. I'm coming back to it. We're not going to talk a lot about it this week, but check out the social media page. They do have a little bit trying to hype y'all, keep y'all engaged. But word on the street, uh, unconfirmed, unspeculated, irresponsible, unsupported, irresponsible speculation is that the Bragg Stadium parking lot is supposed to get a $3 million renovation. And I, like some others, was like, is that coming from the athletic department or not? So I don't have all the information in front of me, but that is the word on the street. That is from the street committee. That is, again, irresponsible, unsupported speculation. But it is what it is. At least, hey, I told you I heard about it. If it's a lie, you can't say you heard it from me and I told you it was the truth. I told you it was irresponsible speculation. But if that is the case, why didn't that go towards the baseball field? I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to harp on that today, but that would be a very nice added thing to fix. Now, one of the things I did see, though, that I can confirm, if you go back, and I love that our athletic director, she's active on social media, Tiffany Dawn Sykes. I told y'all before, very personable lady. I've met her, I can count 4 times. I can count 4. Yeah, 4. It was the, I want to say Alabama A&M game. It was one of those, either Alabama A&M Valley, one of those games. I think it was the A&M game. Like, she was like just was about to come in or was just announced. I met her there. Florida Classic, met her again. And then a couple of the basketball games this season. So, I mean, good people. I ain't gonna lie. I like our AD. Like, so far, I'm not one of these people that has much to really, I don't have a lot of gripes. She's only been there 3 months and you started behind. I'm not on that. But I did see where she stated she's working on a Rattlers Kids Club. And if you didn't see the FQ FAMU Twitter page, I don't know if I posted on there or not. It might have been on the Things Up page. But on Monday, I did go to the Rays baseball game. If you're not familiar, Tampa Bay Rays are my favorite baseball team. I stopped supporting the Atlanta Braves when they moved. So when they moved, they got off TBS. I was like, okay, I'm good. But the Rays are my favorite team. And one of the things the Rays have is a kids club. And this is going to sound really cheesy, but I love the idea. I'm thinking this is some of my ideas with this. And so inside the den, if FAMU has a Rattlers Kids Club, here's an idea for some things that we could do. And some of this is definitely going to be geared towards helping our attendance, especially in the non-revenue driven sports. So, and I consider basketball a non-revenue producing. I said not say driven. All sports are revenue driven, but they just don't produce. FAMU basketball ain't producing no money. I'm thinking though, wouldn't it be nice if, $30, $40, maybe $75. You include like a kid's season ticket package for football, $75, $80. If you want to charge $100, but then for the children, that includes all sports. So for $75, $100, you get a kid or child. Sorry, kids are goats. You get a child a year's ticket. That gets that child into all sports, as long as they're accompanied with an adult. There you go. That's your other seller. Because in order to be accompanied by an adult, the adult has to buy a ticket. So now once you buy your adult ticket and you buy your child's ticket, one ticket, that's like $175, $200. Now, a person like me, especially when I was living in Tallahassee, I was a single parent. So I'm married now, I've got a wife, we're a blended family. But the idea is, especially, my wife is not a FAMUan. My wife will go to FAMU events. She will. She ain't go cheer for us, It's a fight to get her to wear orange and or green, but she won't wear anything with FAMU on it. She's a UCF grad twice over. So she's loyal to them folks over there on the other side of Orlando. I don't wear UCF stuff often myself. If you've seen my last personal Facebook post, I'm wearing a UCF shirt. It's because it was cold. I was riding my bike, and my mentality is if I'm going to tear up and rip up somebody's stuff, I'm going to rip up their stuff. I'm not going to wear my good FAMU stuff when I'm out and about in these here streets and ride my bike and exercise. And I'm not doing that. Now I got a nice FSU sweater. Oh man, it's great. My ex-girlfriend gave it to me. I'll wear that thing out. What? If I'm gonna be somewhere sweating, get torn up, that's cool. Because my ex-girlfriend gave me that. And it's got FSU on it. Cool. Tear it up. I wore that UCF just in case I fell off the bicycle. And if I did, I was gonna make sure I fell on the UCF stuff. I was not messing up my good FAMU stuff. That being stated, though, you could potentially sell those kind of tickets where, hey, we got to realize a lot of our families aren't the traditional family unit. They are blended, or they are augmented, or they are just single. Imagine having a parent spend $175 for them and their child to have a season ticket for football. But the child's season ticket covers the other sports as well. So all of a sudden, yeah, that you might be losing a little something on the basketball side, but what you're doing is you're enticing the parent to come back and buy the basketball season tickets for $75, $50, $100. Go to the baseball games, go to the volleyball games, go to the softball games, because the child has a free ticket for all of that stuff. And now you can get your partners in business or whatnot to give out stuff and do other crowd pleasers, if you want to call them, or some types of incentives to bring fans to the games. But your child's got a free ticket. And I'm telling y'all, as a person that I got to renew my SeaWorld passes, but my kids don't love it as much. Like, I'm not going to do it for next year, but I'm going to finish paying for this year. Legoland was a better deal. We had Legoland last year. They loved it. They liked it a lot better. It was just a little bit better for their age group. Whereas just the activities. My kids don't like to ride rides. I love to ride rides. So again, if FAMU had a kids club or something like that, that's just a different way to drive up revenue. Have a bounce house again, like we used to have in the end zone, like something like that. Something where maybe even, hey, during the game, have like a kids club where the kids can check in, parents can go to the game, maybe charge a little extra something for that kind of daycare service. But just different ideas like that keep your fans engaged, but then also provide your fans and your families with a break, and say, hey, maybe if it is some type of parent club, third quarter, you got to get your kids. Like, beginning of third quarter, we will take you your child. We will find you. If you don't come get them, Leon County Sheriff will have them. Like, something like that. It's small things, because in today's generation and in modern sporting and athletic facilities, it's about amenities. It's about how you can make it comfortable. Because what you got to do is, for me as a fan, you have to convince me, a person who no longer lives in Tallahassee, that it is worth driving 3.5 hours, paying for a ticket, sitting through the event, and driving back. It's worth 7 hours to be in person, opposed to 30 minutes for kickoff. I call the crew. We all get together. If we get together, I cook, or they cook, or we all just talk about the game later. And you have to convince me that going to that football game is better than watching it at my house. You're competing with ESPN. You're competing with HBCU Go. Those are your direct competition. And you can fight and fuss and complain about it all you want to. But the reality is, it's not just FAMU fighting that fight. Every university, for the most part, that has an athletic program is fighting that fight. Very few stadiums are expanding. Most are decreasing. Most are getting smaller. Bragg has gotten smaller, and honestly, we had games that didn't sell out. Homecoming was the only one where we were like, shoot, we need some more seats. Every other game, you're like, we're good. Like, and we can keep playing this game of pleading and begging for people to come to the stadium so we can realize that the needle is moved. The revolution has been televised. I know what Gil Scott-Heron sang and what he said in his poem, the revolution will not be televised. The academic revolution is televised. And now it's no longer being televised. It's being streamed. So it was televised, but now it's even moved past that. And in order to get those people that are willing to come to the event, you got to give me somebody to watch my kids. You got to give me some type of incentive. And for the local community, you may have to provide that incentive of, hey, the adult ticket is this price, the child ticket is that price, the student ticket is this price. You're going to have levels and layers. Otherwise, I'm not spending $300 and $400 to go to a football game, take my child with me, and she don't want to watch the game. It's just, and it's not just FAMU. Like, we got to get off that HBCU thing where it's only HBCUs fighting this fight. No, I told you I was at the Rays game. My coworker and I went. We're buddies. He brought his daughter with her. First baseball game. She was bored, and I wasn't mad at her. I was like, I get it. She's like, I want to do something else. Hey, Daddy, I want to go play this. I want to go play that. We have to realize that you're competing, one, against other professional sports. Two, and more directly, I'm competing against complacency and you being at home. And we have to find something to be able to push our products. You probably have noticed I complain a lot about the lack of a quality SWAC network. I get more out of YouTube than I do from the SWAC as far as video content that relates to HBCUs. I will gladly watch Dr. Kenyatta Convell. I will. I love watching his show. I love sitting in on HBCU Nightly and sometimes listening. I don't even have to get on the panel. And occasionally they do bring me up and let me air out and share my 2 cents. But a lot of times, hey, it costs nothing to share. Hey, they're doing HBCU Nightly. Josh and the crew are up there. BJ, Erica, check them out. Herb, share, y'all. They're talking about some really interesting stuff. That cost me nothing. But it also, again, it cost me nothing. So you're competing against that as well. You're competing against stuff that is free, more cost effective. For $100, I get ESPN, whatever, the little ESPN pass. Now that you got Hulu, Disney Plus, so half the games are on ESPN, and I got it for the whole season. I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to pay for gas. I don't pay tolls. I don't have to fight traffic. I can stay in the comfort of my own home and I can get to watch the game. Or if the game's on HBCU Go, I don't even have to do that. I just flip to whatever channel HBCU Go or the Grill is on, and I don't have to worry about where my kids are. They could be playing video games in their room. I'm watching the game in my room. Again, we got to get out of this mindset of go to the games, go to the games, go to the games. That's a part of it. But a part of it is now don't go to the games, send the game. Stop begging people to go to the games because they ain't going. put the games or send the games to them. They'll watch them. We will gladly watch our school and sit up there and tell you, I watched Howard for a little bit. I knew it was on. I went up there, caught a nap. I ain't gonna lie. The ratings on the computer on the TV don't know I went to sleep. All they know is, oh, somebody viewed the Howard game. Yeah. And I wanted them to win. I'm not one of y'all haters. I don't. So I'm just saying, I watched part of the Howard game. Rolled over, went to sleep, woke up, and they was getting killed. Woke back up, I'm like, hey, I watched the end. But again, I made sure that my viewing points or data showed that I was watching. I've sat up there with the grill, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, whatever. Okay, put the game on. Sometimes I watch it, sometimes they'll watch me. But we have to figure out that and realize that the needle is moved, and we have to find new ways of doing things. And I love the idea that AD Tiffany Dawn Sykes has put out there that, hey, she's exploring a Rattler Kids Club. And again, I personally think the way you do it is you offer the students or children discounted tickets. Just like when I was in college, we had student boosters. Now, I ain't gonna lie and tell you I was a student booster. I was a regular booster. I was a full-fledged FAMU student with a booster tag. Because guess what I wasn't doing on Friday? Moving my car. Matter of fact, I liked it even better on Friday because my spot was guaranteed. I parked in my booster tag spot. Try my car if you want to. I pay I pay for this. But you had levels for the students. We need something similar to that. Have something where, hey, you have the Rattler Kids Club. You get so many points. When the students or children get so many points, they get this. They get that. They get little small things, little trinkets that you can buy in bulk, and you can probably spend 50 bucks, $100 on. Hey, you get a wristband if you come to 10 games. If you come to all the family home games, get the little kids a little sticker. All the football home games. Oh, you got 4 stickers. Here's your wristband. Like give them different things like that. You get little plastic cups. Like, oh crap, I got a plastic cup. Like, use some of your connections. Use some of your vendors. You have relationships with companies like Publix. You have relationships. Look, I don't know if we still do, but fam used to get so much Popeye's chicken it wasn't funny. Like, you have some of these companies that you do have relationships with that, hey, I need 50 vouchers for kids' meals. It's not going to cost them that much because you probably won't have 50 kids that meet the requirements. But you get enough. And once you get, oh crap, we got this many. All right, good. There's that. And you just continue to work the incentive program. Make it an incentive program and make it known with an adult. The children get this. The Raise Kids Clubs do the same thing. They give out books. They do this. You can partner with the local libraries. You can partner with some of your community stakeholders, and your community stakeholders that are trying to grow their products are just some of them are gonna translate and give and offer so that they can build their program because they know, crap, they're gonna have children there. And much like Eddie Murphy, whether you believe it or not, the children are the future. And we need a certain amount of people that are attracted to this product at an early age. And if you can do that, I think you're going to have something that's pretty solid. So, but the track meets will continue tomorrow. If you want the live feed, the best way to do it, I did share a link, but I believe that feed will expire. Excuse me. But if you need an updated feed, go to the University of North Florida's page and click on the River City track meet thing they have there. I believe it's River City Rundown. Let me make sure I got it right. River City Classic, sorry. And you click on there and you can actually watch live stats, and they update the stats live. So you can actually see what event is going on, what your favorite Rattler's doing. Also, you're going to have our softball series and baseball series start tomorrow. So we're picking it back up, and these guys are going to be coming back for football. I'm telling y'all, Orange and Green game will be here in a few weeks. about a month. You got about a month to the Orange and Green game. So looking forward to seeing some of y'all up there in the high Seven Hills. So that being stated, y'all, slow week so far, but it's about to pick up. And hopefully, man, the women's softball team, they're making a little noise. There's gonna be a little furniture moving that we keep this going on. So, but as stated, y'all, and as always, big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Herb Seward and the Black Techies. Check him out. Check out Herb. He is a wealth of knowledge, especially in the realm of basketball, and kind of just what it takes to have a quality basketball product, man, like and program. Like we're starting to see some great discussions about potentially moving the location of the SWAC tournament. So we might talk about that on Sunday, though. Give y'all some ideas. And then also check out his basketball space. It's going to be coming to a season's end. As you have noticed, both of our HBCUs have been booted out of the tournament. So that being stated, y'all, as always, this is Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs